Hey, so glad you could join me today for PJ's Storytime. I have another great tale I'd like to share with you. In a country far away, there once lived a little girl called Goldilocks because her hair shone like gold. She was a little romp, and sometimes she even ran away without her mother's leave. One day she started off and went into the woods to gather the wildflowers that grew there and into the fields to chase the butterflies that danced so gaily in the bright sunshine. She ran on, taking little heed of the way until she found herself in a lonely spot. And just ahead of her there stood a snug little house. It was the house in which 3 bears lived, though they were not at home just then. They were the big bear, the middle-sized bear, and the little bear. The door was ajar. Goldilocks pushed it wider and found the room empty, so she boldly walked in. What did she find in the kitchen but the 3 bowls of porridge, just as the 3 bears had left them to cool? She tasted the largest bowl, which belonged to the big bear. It was too hot. She tasted the middle-sized bowl, which belonged to the middle-sized bear. It was too cold. Then she tasted the smallest bowl, which belonged to the little bear. And as it was just right, she ate every bite of the porridge in that bowl. She went into the parlor, and there stood 3 chairs. She tried the biggest chair, which belonged to the big bear. It was too high. She tried the middle-sized chair, which belonged to the middle-sized bear. It was too broad. Then she tried the little chair, which belonged to the little bear. It was just right, and she sat in it so hard that she broke it. Now by that time, Goldilocks was very tired, so she climbed the stairs to the chamber where she found 3 beds. She tried the largest bed, which belonged to the big bear. It was too soft. She tried the middle-sized bed, which belonged to the middle-sized bear. It was too hard. Then she tried the smallest bed, which belonged to the little bear. It was just right, so she lay down upon it and soon fell fast asleep. Now, while Goldilocks was sleeping soundly, the 3 bears came home from their walk in the woods. They went straight to the kitchen to get their porridge, but when the big bear went to his bowl, he growled in a big voice, "Somebody has been tasting my porridge." And when the middle-sized bear saw his bowl, he said in his middle-sized voice, "Somebody has been tasting my porridge." But when the little bear saw his bowl, he piped in his little voice, "Somebody has tasted my porridge and eaten every bit of it." Then all 3 bears went into the parlor, and the big bear growled in his big voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." And the middle-sized bear said in his middle-sized voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." But when the little bear saw his chair, he piped up in his little voice, "Someone has been sitting in my chair and broke it all to pieces." So they all 3 climbed the stairs, and when they went into the chamber, the big bear growled in his big voice, "Somebody has been tumbling my bed." And the middle-sized bear said in his middle-sized voice, "Somebody has been tumbling my bed." And the little bear piped in his little voice, "Somebody has been tumbling my bed, and here she is." At this, Goldilocks woke in a fright and jumped out of bed in a twinkling, ran down the stairs, out the door, and away just as fast as her little legs could carry her. And never, never did she go near the house of the three bears again. The end.